control game heading later.
An absolute brawl and skirmish that's going to be taking place. The Horn is taken care of, but they still are not backing away from it. They want to fight behind the wall, close to the corners. Util declared them out. Snake bite. No easy task to withstand all of that, but just a 1-for-1, and everybody backs away. Let's pretend it didn't happen.
They're wondering if King is going to take something aggressive on the other side of the map. He's normally pretty active when he's on his own like this. And now that KRU realize he's not walking into B, they're trying to re-swarm on them.
No Util being used, just straight up taking the fights, but leading the match, honestly. Shy, Sheriff in his hands. Short work, chewing them up. 3 versus 2 now, and KRU are the ones who are left really scrambling. On a bit of a gamble, wondering where they might land.
The 2 Killjoy players are going to be players to watch here on Lotus. Davies has been so excellent since committing to the Sentinel instead of being a flex for the team. And Shy, with Sheriff in hand, can occasionally just pull magic out of nowhere. A ping on the door there. Surely they don't want to open this and go towards C, just being cautious of it, perhaps?
Yeah, waiting. But still making no noise. Grouped up as 3, they can take the better trades.
30 seconds left.
Space, and there's a deep flank on deep flanks. They hear it.
Is Shy's turret still active?
Spike planted.
Should be from this range.
Yeah, there it is.
It's going to spot him. And Naxet and Davies have gone round the world here. And they've given away at least one of their positionings. Now, for LEVIATAN, you can't be confident they're both here. So King and Katako still have to look the other ways. It's down to Shy.
Shy, no. Beautiful damage. Definitely chunking them down, and it gives his team the information. 1v2 for Davies. You can play this one time on your side if you are LEVIATAN. Davies, half on the defuse, but already creeping closer to defeat. There's King. Right over the shoulder. Pistol round win for Lev.
Major for them. And also, in terms of that fight over towards Rubble, I mean, Mazzino was hiding inside the Viper wall to dodge the guiding light that came through and then ended up TPing away. Both teams just desperate to fight tooth and nail for this area of the map. And often, whoever wins, whichever team gets the dominance in that kind of area and ends up winning these duels, which we're going to see one again.
Nade to the side, got to use the TP to evacuate and get out of there. Spike dropped to the floor.
So at the moment, it's kind of LEVIATAN having to give up that space, right? They're giving credit to KRU, a bit of respect to KRU, and allowing them to own that area. That can sometimes condition Lev into playing passively or focusing on Mound in the future rounds.
It's going to be the impetus to hit the site, though, as soon as Davies pushed away. Just being farmed, really trying to min-max this one, but it's going to be an attempt to try and refight. Smoke drops off as well, cuts away one of the long-term angles. Mazzino close to the corner, doesn't have the gun, but a jump Shy. That is beautiful with the transfer.
Spike planted.
And that's such an incredible player to be in position to help Mazzino, because now Shy's got up to his lockdown. They're going to have this to be able to come into a bonus round with. And for Lev, they couldn't ask for anything better. Shy going nutty on the pistol, and then also farming orbs and getting a couple of kills there towards the end. Put a rifle in his hand, he's creating magic, and he's got an ultimate that you can definitely build a game plan around here.
It's a massive one, and look at that. Excellency.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
And I have been impressed with LEVIATAN, how they're able to bounce back from getting outclassed in some of these maps. You know, opening, they go down 13-5, Ascent, they lose 13-6, and yet they're still bringing it afterwards.
Satchels avoiding all of that Util over the top, though. There's a TP, and they seem none the wiser. Melter is there, ready and waiting, still kills to be found, and there's the paranoia. Let loose, let rip. Is there the follow-up there? Yes, there is. Finally, help from his teammate.
Covered.
Skutsnet is happy to oblige. Shy is so out in the open. Now lockdown to the year prior, no chance in hell he's going to be able to use it. He's watching from the spectator seat.
And when KRU are dominating Rubble, this is going to change the way that Lev have to approach things. I mean, they don't even get the chance to use the lockdown here. Their opportunity to build some kind of round that focuses around that ultimate that they got online so early, torn away from them. No chance. They're going to have to start respecting that KRU have good ideas on Rubble control.
They're seeking to re-clear this one. It's going to be hard for them. Snake bite. Does it land towards the back? Does Melter get tagged? But he does. Has to drop down. Back to the corner. There's one. Isolating the fights out. Davies. Okay. Cleans it up towards the end, but not without the difficulties and casualties. Only 2 players surviving for KRU.
This is really going to put a different feel to things. I can't believe nobody checks for Melza here. This is like one of the most common plays to go for as a defending Omen, is teleporting up top. And in the chaos of all of the other utility being thrown, having to dodge, you know, nade and potentially seizes or haunts, along with other utility that's been thrown in. Apologies. Having to dodge the nade combined with the flashes.
It's a difficult one. This time, yeah, LEV are going to be granting full respect over towards that rubble control. They do not want to mess with Kesnet when he's earned that showstopper. Full control, but look how fast he is on the rotation. He's already through the spawn.
Mazino has just walked in.
I believe it spotted him. Yeah, Nagset's aware. He knows the cross was there, yet still the fight gets one out. And the lockdown should push them all the way back. What a flick. Beautiful with the reactions once more. Davies does respond, bringing him down. Nice trade, but he's going to be detained. Needs some help. Players hot on his heels, seeking to try and bring him down, though. They give up the space. They realize it. Too risky to try and approach it. At least they are granted the plant. Seekers from Klaus. Usually commit this one. That's close to the corner. King is caught out near-sided, but he does have the back of the rest of his team. Snakebite's there. Shy doing a wonderful job of trying to stop them out towards Waterfall. They take the fights together, grouped up.
I like the call from LEVIATAN, making sure that they can use the lockdown in this spot and not over-committing to a fight towards a rubble. Like I said, I really feel like KRU have dominated that area of the map to the point where LEV have to start showing respect. It's hard to criticize Mazino for going for the play where he just walks into C. I do think it was way too high risk, high reward, but he gets the reward side of it. Bren, you noted that Nagset knew he was there, and yet he just delivers 2 kills. He already had a lockdown. I mean, they already know that they're getting the site,
yeah,
and he just walks in completely alone, is like, don't worry, I'll take this round.
I'll go for it. There's never attempt to things. It's the half buy for KRU once more.
It feels like they're trying to funnel LEVIATAN into going for C hits. And if that's the case, KRU need an answer for how they're going to deal with the C hit. Sometimes that's going to be teams with an Odin. Sometimes that's going to be stacking all of your Killjoy and Viper utility over there. Or trap plays. But at the moment, I feel like KRU have successfully conditioned, despite looking like they're about to go 1-4 down, LEV to start the map towards the left instead of towards rubble. The question is, how do they actually turn that into round wins?
No way. Melza, what is this? Put to the corner.
Cover going out.
Slight pocket to work with, but no. No one going to be walking towards him. Now, is that smoke cover?
Nagset has a shorty, Bren.
Yeah, into the back.
Hiding behind the box.
And we saw him got 2 earlier. Can he do any more? It's contacting. No way. How do you get out of that spammable location? Davies, where do you prioritize your shots into the horn? It has to be done. Nagset, though, will be dealt with. Wide face giving him that space as well. Showstopper around the back. First time I haven't seen a kill. Light up in the feed there from Kesnet. Pushing through into the smoke, but that is watched for. Shy. He's got the discipline there. He knows exactly what his role is. Winning even the fade ult with the Nightfall. No more noise cues. Spam enough, though, denying the plant. Isn't not really knowing where this is going on. Can't hear any of this. Just sees the shots going wide. Resetting it, making it dangerous and expensive. But it is 4-1 still. LEV running away with these rounds now.
They certainly are, but its rifle's going to be back online for KRU, and this is their opportunity to respond. They drew out the Nightfall in the prior round by virtue of Kesnet using his own showstopper. So, ultimate situation, fairly even. Bit of an advantage, I would say, to KRU potentially, the fact that they have the lockdown. Are we really going to see another fight happening over here towards rubble? Neither team wanting to give up on it at all.
Not willing to be disrespected, but might get difficult. Just a paranoia. Sidestepped and avoided. Waiting it out. Here's the horn. There's layers to it with the util. Sent flying. You can see it. Snakebite, Nana Swarm. Hopped up. That is a nasty shot by Melza.
Completely catches Taco in transition. A more diligent approach in terms of clearing this area from LEV.
Placing swarm grenade out.
So they've got a little more map control, but they've paid for it with a life. And that life is their entry player. Zeno far forwards, not worried about stairs at all. Slinks towards the breakable door. As the tree Door is open too. These A players have got to stay towards that site. But people are contacting into B.
Yeah, and what are they trying to feign, though? The spike is in middle of nowhere. Amazino has the ult, so picks that one up. Once they claim the B side, cancels it, picked it all the way up. But again, once we're getting caught out, there's two players watching for him. This player advantage creeping further and further away.
And they haven't even gone for the plant.
No, not yet. They want to try and force a fight as well. They can't. They don't feel comfortable to try and get the plant down as Util out in the hands of these players, but you'll be getting away with too much else, are you? Shy and King facing a match, trying to find those openings, facing it all together. Spike dropped out. Out of range of them. King retrieved this one, but there's really no time. I mean, 17 seconds left. They know exactly where he is with the flash. That indicator. Snakebite down. Will there be any form of chase? Now there is, yeah. Pushing forwards and past. Still, the plant online. King close to the corner. Has the pit. No time to unlock it. And there it is. Wide by Melzer, sacrificing his life, but for the greater good.
Some of these LEVIATAN rounds are mystifyingly overcooked. And that's an example. I feel like we saw another example of it on Ascent, where they tried to run that incredibly elaborate fake attempt. But this time, they have A control. They're in a 4v5, sure. But for whatever reason, they don't bring the spike. They have Nozwa lurking through when they're committing to B. Just the players are not in the right place to actually execute the plan that they're looking for. It's a bit of a head scratcher, but LEVIATAN are still in the lead. KRU are committing bodies to controlling rubble again. And Lev this time not really wanting too much to deal with it.
No switch-ups. A nade being thrown into it. Diligence by Lev. They're going to making sure to clear out, take control of B main. Satchel out. Satchel. Does that take out the alarm bot?
I think it should.
Yeah, it does. Breaks it. But meanwhile, there's this deep push. Flash is dodged. King have to reset the aim. It does well to get the one, but traded.
That's a pretty big advantage, I would say, for the defenders, actually. Having that Viper all down is pretty massive. Puts a premium on Mazino's smokes, of which he's already used one, and is about to get the other back in 25 seconds, so difficult for them. Melzer is now posted up towards A2 and can tell the rest of his team to go and stack towards C and towards B. The question being, do they want to play a retake? They have great ults for retake here, KRU. But sometimes you don't want to give them the space.
Lev are just happy to just contact in and try and take this fight together with them. Choosing to use their own lockdown.
You should run.
Really getting bogged down. Now it's being used. That's deep onto the side. Lockdown for a lockdown. Really clearing them out. Nade sails through all the way to the back. It's damage exchange. And kills are flooding on either way. Either direction. 2 versus 2 now. 25 seconds left. The plant has to start coming online. And Tackleia will commit to the stick. An extension into the round. Bit of a breather. Playing together. Both of these teams not willing to give up an inch. No more Util left standing. Do they anticipate this? It's spotted. Tackleia.
And it's not planted for them.
No reaction in time to try and watch that. And as soon as they realize this, yeah, of course you're going to try and stick it. Nags it. He knows he can just stick it. It's not spammable. Doesn't have the rifle for it. No high-pen weapon. Melzer just watches for it. The re-push.
What a crumble on the fly from LEVIATAN. That's 2 rounds in a row now where the calls just haven't made sense, I don't think. The prior one, much more of a macro, but that one on the fly, the 2 players, they'd already naded and cleared out Waterfall. That was the area where a lot of the players were retaking from, and the lockdown was coming from there. They naded it, they cleared it out. That's this play that you're watching right now. And so they don't have to worry about that too much, and instead decide to push into that area to play the post plant from there when it's not planted for them. Players potentially getting stressed here with their backs up against the walls. We have in the past seen that bring out the best from Lev, but it looks like they're losing their grip on what was a great start to Lotus.
Once more giving up control. Everybody walking over towards the C site. It's a nade there. Tackleia, vulnerable duck, has the showstopper. He's so damn low. Nanaswarm at his feet. Almost bringing him down there. The repositions of Davies. And that's it. We're already doing this, man. So Nanaswarm set down prior to actually earned the first kill. And now the door opens up. KRU eager to draw some more blood, eager to take another fight. There's nothing to cut this one up. They flipped the side up entirely, taken towards the back section of it. And repositioning once more to Waterfall. Again, not planning for them there.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to just see exactly the same kind of situation occur. It's on Mazino.
Yeah,
he's got to go huge.
He gets stunned up. Now there it is. Rocket online. Kesnit Skips across the angle. Noswa, no world in which he's able to get that one kill found for him, but how do you win this one? You just can't. Again, planted close, cut to the corner. It's just a repeat. And 4-4, that's where we draw it.
Same situation occurring again. And one of the things that I didn't mention prior, which is important in those kind of spots, is that LEV are not getting good plant positions down. Right? They managed to get into the site. It's amazing work by Nagzed. But then there isn't anybody else on the site, and they still don't feel comfortable planting in an open spot. Partly because that door between B and C is being opened. They don't want to plant for Mound because that's where they're coming from. That's where the retakers are flanking them from. LEV are being forced to play at KRU's pace right now, and it's setting KRU up for these really nice retakes where LEV have no good post-plant positioning.
Double satchel, leading it in, Judge in his hands, but fully blinded up, Boombot's there! And there's certainly damage done, but Davies, what a response, my way! Just ridiculous! Following it perfectly. The lines coming through, the smokes, the traces, pinpoint accuracy.
Davies, one of those players that's just been so much better at LCQ than he was in the regular season. He came into this team, a newer addition, without the experience of the other people on the team. And he was playing all sorts of different roles. He was playing everything. He was a fill guy, the glue guy during the season, but it meant his individual performance suffered as a result of it. Here at LCQ, he's mostly focused on being a Sentinel player, on the chamber, sometimes playing aggressively. On Killjoy, he's able to still take fights. And it's just refined his game so much.
Focusing down the rolls, yeah. Does bring out the best in people, but you're really seeing that across the board of KRU.
30
like
seconds
Klaus,
left.
And Nagzed as well. Across the board. I mean, Melza's calling. I mean, goes without saying about Kesnet. Just his fragging capabilities, his killing prowess. The whole team coming alive. And this is the final hurdle here. Potentially
10 seconds
last
left.
map, really, that they have to face before earning that chance, that qualifier spot into champs. And wouldn't that be just absurd? Even to say it out loud, we've been witness to KRU multiple maps in a row, multiple games in a row of just them going on a tear, wondering, okay, well, makes for a nice storyline, but when does it stop? It just hasn't.
The train keeps going.
That is nasty.
And this KRU train is just running down teams in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
They have taken so many teams out of this tournament where you felt like they had a chance of being able to win it. You know, a lot of people had Cloud9 as the favorites to be able to go on a ridiculous run. And then, you know, LEVIATAN, a lot of people thinking they might be able to get up to their former glory. And KRU are giving them a bit of a beating here on 2 out of the 4 maps that we've seen. This one still looking a little close, but KRU in control for the moment.
For the moment. It has been quite lopsided in terms of these rounds.
It looks like they're going to repush this. I mean, Davies baiting like he's the only player there holding passively. And instead, Kesnet and Klaus want to refight B main. And they're getting such great info right now.
Shadows travel.
Like this decision. Aiming to break some of this utility. There it is. The repush catching them. And you talked about it just a bit prior, Josh. I mean, it's KRU that are playing at such a pace, they're forcing LEV to react.
Yeah.
Taking these moments into their own hands. That refight out in towards B main. They weren't ready for it.
No, and that's the kind of thing that when the sides are flipped, you'll see the KRU players deal with those moments really well.
Zeno looking up. This time, Nagzed knows. He's got a sight set onto it. Even the snakebite on top. Fully aware with the turret taking that contact. There's at least one more player just sitting outside that position, forcing a rotation from Davies. But at this point, 3 players left standing. Can King get onto the side and get the pit off? It looks so damn unlikely.
And one of the key parts to all of this is that KRU have been winning rubble control. And so Melza is left alone to control A, and they can commit 2 to C, 2 to B. If the attacking team cannot push those players away from being deep on A, you're just left with so little of the map to play with. It turns Lotus into a 2 spike site map.
Yeah. Completely isolates it. And KRU are hunting for the guns. They want them out of the hands of these LEV players. Crossfire setup. They're a little bit harder to chew through than maybe they anticipated. So staving off away some of that damage there. A little bit of excitement towards the end of it. Still, has to be the timeout for LEV because they have just been getting rolled. I mean, that's what, 5 rounds in a row. Last 2 being lost down to time by just running out of options.
Yeah, they've been getting annihilated. And at this point, think about things from the perspective of the LEVIATAN guys. You realize that the series is slipping away from you. You're desperately trying to come up with answers, but you can only focus on what's been going wrong. You can't take a rubble control. Crew are better than you at that. And when you tried to go towards C, you've had 2 post plants that went horribly wrong. You planted in a tucked, safe position, and you had no space, no ability to play the posts. So one of those things has got to be fixed. Unless you're just going to hammer B hits home over and over again for the rest of the map for another 2 rounds. You've got to fix something else. Can you stop Melza from getting over on top of Rubble? Can you maybe push him off that spot later with the Trailblazer and a Snakebite Nanoswarm lineup, something like that? Are you able to see Exec and actually take CT or plant for Mound? These are the things that Lev need to try to do, and Crew right now have got him in a chokehold. Every move they make, Crew have got the answer. And a lot of it is that proactivity in the mid-round.
Yeah, I mean, speaking on that proactivity, even the little, bits and pieces from LEVIATAN, they try and poke towards B, try and break some of the util. I don't know if you noticed in that last round, they pulled back the alarm bot so it didn't get broken by the satchel.
Yeah.
And then replanted it again in the middle of the round.
Which halves the amount of time that it's going to be down for.
So it doesn't get destroyed, got it earned back, but here we go. This time choosing to just disrespect, seeing if they can take the fight towards it. Satchel plays again across Horn. It is there, Paranoia on top. Do they really seek to try and take the battle? Yes, they do, a Nightfall. This time, it's going to be used to supplement it. Attempt to try and take the fight and the push, this time being won out by them. Yet, Davies once more there. This time, not able to get lucky by tracking down the traces through the wall. He's brought down and leaves it to Nagzit.
Finally, they break through and push into A and take this control.
Spike planted.
Now, with the orb and with the plant, Shy and Taco are getting their ults online. So this is now going to be helpful for the next. Unless Nagzik poses a bit of a problem, but surely not. Yeah, Shy's got him in the back.
Good by Shy.
And Lev now have a real chance at tying this up at 6-6, coming out of owner's timeout.
Round in the half.
I said they had to fix something. They either need to be able to go into control Rubble or have C post plants work for them. And this time, they make sure that Melza has not gone for an aggressive teleport. And hold, anti-flash, use the Nightfall, push all of those players away.
The Nightfall is a great difference maker, isn't it?
And in the next round, they have Lockdown, they have Showstopper, Pit for post plant. Many different tools here for LEVIATAN to pull round 12 out and send us into the next half even.
Well, there we go. Takalia off the rip, off the jump, and the rocket, it lands true. Claims the target, nade rebounded, nobody can choose to fight him. He stands his ground down, Plant is fast, off the rip. They're gonna try and flood right back into this, no denial of it. Util being used and a Snakebite's there, still it is chaotic. And it's scrappy all over the place still, with the pit laid down. It's a massive advantage now for Lev, there's really no breathing room in this. The shorty shot's going wild, King. No kills claimed.
You should run.
Has to back away and leave this one, and finally a bit of a breather, enough for this lockdown to be just planted. Lord knows where, maybe out into the open. King falls.
What a kill.
That is a massive one. No more pit now to push it back, but time is running short. You can see it. I mean, you're hearing it. It's ticking away with how fast this spike was planted. Time is just out of their hands. Gets it. Lucky with it, but still doubled up, double face. There has to be somebody sticking it. They know it. They force them out of the open. Sightlines 11, happy to clean it up, so 6-6 evened up on that.
Timeout, comeback, owner finding value against the team that he coached in the past. That's what you get from those coach input moments. I mean, they just changed the entire way that they were playing. Way more quick, way more aggressive, barreling through rubble control in the first round that we saw, round 11. And this one, Showstopper off the rip, tearing away the map.
What a pace change.
And tying the half up at 6-6. Anybody's game from here, I feel.
Oh, yeah. The pistol round going to be so damn important as well, but and what we've seen so far really could just go either direction. Good stuff so far from a multitude of players. Send it down to GB and a Death to break it all down.
Thank you so much, there, Brennan Sideshow. And 6-6, I couldn't think of a better way for this match to go. And you know what? I think we were expecting this Lotus game to potentially be a bit of a runaway here for KRU, given how well they played last time. But VALORANT, it really feels like, you know, LEVIATAN, they're answering to the way KRU's adapting, and KRU adapting great as well. Both teams reading each other excellently.
Yeah, I want to speak more on the KRU adaptation because LEVIATAN at the beginning was getting in a lot of bomb sites for free. They were kind of walking up, being able to save a lot of their post-plant utility for towards the end of the post-plant rather than entering the site. And what KRU did to adapt to that was, yo, don't let them get into the site. They were fighting forward a lot more, contesting the entry rather than letting it go into the post-plant, and they found much more success, which is a reason why it came so close, and now we're tied up at 6-6.
The thing is, though, that's on the defensive side that they get that 6-6, and for KRU, that is massive. Lotus is quite an attack-sided map, and KRU in particular is excellent on this side. In this half, we can really expect them to likely slow down this place. They're really good at giving away these extremities, late re-clearing, and then providing so much disinformation in the mid-round. They love tapping these doors, rotating back through mid to a different site. So LEVIATAN are going to have to be on point with re-clearing space in the mid-round if they want to come back.
Yeah, and talking about re-clearing space, they have Fade, not Sky. So towards the early round of the game, you're going to have the Haunt to be able to re-clear the Viper Lurk, use Prowlers to pressure the Viper Lurk, but until you don't have those Sky Flashes to give you the information in the mid-round, you definitely need to be more proactive, take double peeks, take double pushes, and try to close the space.
And they need to. If LEVIATAN cannot come back here, their year is over, and KRU will go from 0-10 to a champ spot.
And that's right. And by the way, don't want to remind everyone that don't go anywhere, because after we crown our LCQ winner, we are going to have our Champions LA group draw show right here, so you don't want to miss it. But for now, we're going to send it back over to Brendan Sideshow.
And yeah, anyone's game. I mean, setting it all up, the grand goal on the line, of course, of that champs qualification, that spot that's going to be happening, you know, the tournament, really the culmination of the entire year.
And KRU looking to join Zeta, Giants, Na'Vi, the teams that have already made it out from LCQ.
Toxins going up.
Lev trying to control Rubble in a similar way we saw from KRU in the first half. They have Mazino posted up there fairly deep, and now they're going to start rotating other people away.
Yeah, almost a rinse repeat, isn't it, of what we were just seeing prior. Door opened wide. Fakes like they could be rotating into B main. Spotting it out.
I feel like I missed something early on in this round, but Klaus, you know, he doesn't have a Trailblazer. He doesn't have flashes to be able to use. Must have used the Trailblazer really early on, I feel. Has he just bought heal and pistol?
Or just opted for a ghost, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he must have done. That's unusual for the attack side. I mean, Trailblazer is just such a massive tool, but they've got a specific round in mind, maybe.
Got a flash is back online. Regen contacting again through. There's no util to meet them on the other side, but a wall makes them second guess themselves. Down to 40 seconds in this one. There will be nobody to meet them, except now it's being shored up. You can see it's King approaching that position. Close to the corner, jump spot, smokes up. Bit of damage being peppered into him, but the paranoia ripping its way through, giving up the space now to them. Melza trying to get this plant off. There's a nade. Taco still holding on to it now, and there's a call in the moment. This is KRU. That adaptability, flexibility. That's a triple fight as well, all the way up into heaven. Close to the corner though. Prowler nade at his feet. Counterplay with a util. Horns over the top. They've regained still that control of this. It needs to be an attempt by Lev to try and clear through. And they're winning their fight. Shy. He's been the difference maker in this map, and even in this round. Maybe he can win it out for them. Davies though on the flank. The distraction is just perfect. Where's the last player left standing? Cutting around the corner. Nana Swarm. No chance of sticking it. King is forced into such a difficult decision. Has to try and stick this one now. Half. Will he be able to get it? It's a wider face, and Davies knows how to play it.
What a ridiculous round from Davies. He spent that entire round waiting outside C for Shy's turret to deactivate. Shy had a turret holding him back from the lurk the entire time. And as soon as Shy took a step a little further out, Davies was running. I mean, he was doing his best Usain Bolt impression to try and just get back to fight this one. Puts an Anaswarm down, was worried that someone would be on it. Ridiculous. Look at the wall slam there. I mean, that is a round that Owner is devastated that they lose.
Because it could be everything. We know how important these pistol rounds are.
That could be the whole season.
That's it. An end much earlier than any team really wants, any player really wants.
And a massive stack here from LEVIATAN over towards C. Remember how important that was on Pearl to get Lev's comeback started on that map. Crew won the pistol, Lev stacked a sight, and Crew walked into it. This time, Mel's just got the read, and they are pathing in the complete opposite direction. No danger whatsoever here over towards A.
Yeah.
Crew are going to get the freest sight of their life. And I mean, in theory here, Kesnick could take the plant as well and start building up towards the showstopper that they can use. So I don't know whether they'll exactly fill. Yep, there they go for it. So Spike goes over to Kesnick, building up another one of these ult orbs. And now, you know, once you realize that the round should be favored for you, Kesnick can actually go and try and hunt some of these kills too. It's what I'm sure he would like to do, and it builds you up towards the ultimate. He only needs 1 and a death, or 2 and survive.
You know, Crew, they do love to get aggressive, try and hunt for some of these kills, build up the ults. Same could be said for Lev, but now they're grouping up just onto the edge of the spike. Look at Kesnet, he's keen for it.
Yeah, I think
he handed the rifle over to Davies as well, so he wouldn't give it up.
That's so smart. I love that. Just min-maxing the smallest things.
Yeah, doesn't want to give away the weapon, but still wants to try and claim the kills, only his life. Still, gets him 1 step closer to the ultimate.
Yeah, only needs an ult orb. And on this map, the attackers have really their choice. Pick of the litter.
Oh, yeah.
So for LEVIATAN, I feel like you've got to read into that. You've got to realize that Kesnit's going to be playing for an ult orb somewhere. And picking which one he's likely to go for will really dictate how Lev play the round. Do they want to run a trap play with a paranoia and a haunt, perhaps, to try and stop him from taking the C orb? Do they want to push really aggressive with a nade and a C's to stop him from taking the A orb? Or run some other kind of aggressive play over
Right
towards
on the
B?
money, honestly.
I mean,
Group up outside C.
Yeah, they've got multiple options, but it's about picking the right side of the map, and it looks like they've done so.
Maybe group up. Already disrespecting, moving across there. There was an anti-flash position played by Taco.
And Crew have immediately called to cancel.
Oh, yeah.
They realize that this is a common trap play that they're going to see, and they want no part of it. Instead, working towards B, looking to try and pick Kesnet up the orb over there.
Same time as this as well. Max is just disrespecting any hold towards A. Hearing all that util being used, he's happy to just take all that space. I mean, he has looked so deep.
Yeah, and this is massive for them. Crew can either commit to the A push with the showstopper or go back and try and push Mazzino away before they go back to A. And they've decided for the more rapid approach.
Yeah.
With a minute still on the clock, there is no one really hard defending the A site.
Going to get slowed down. My ball's going to be ending at some point, but they do have the Nano Swarm still set up. There it is. Cuts through. Nobody spotted. Into door, into tree. Giving that space up, and a fast flank occurring from Lev as well. 3 players grouped up.
It looks like they're not even going to use the showstopper. They realize there's no one home.
Need to be careful, though, from behind. These players are going to be trying to fight them back now. Where's the noise? Yeah, it's being made! Showstopper! There's another satchel in play as well to just evacuate and get out of there, but util's being used, and they still need to try and fight over this space. Kesnet is close to the corner. Battle on 2 fronts, out towards the side. The shots are missing. Not quite hitting them. Even with the reset of the movement, it is chaos, and a reposition of Melzer is necessary. Back and away.
As is Davies. They've played this situation really nicely, not fighting too heavily, just repositioning.
Mistake a lot of teams do tend to make as well, and by doing that, you give no options, no openings, and Lev forced again. Tail tucked in between their legs, they back away with what guns they've got, but this is an advantage that is getting away from them on a map where they need to win.
And sure, the time is low, but that's a 3v4. A 3v4 that they decide to save instead of going for it and being confident that they can turn a situation like that around. And they've given Crew the lead. Their economy is not going to be in a great spot. Only 3 rifles that they can really work with. And Owner's called a timeout again.
Oh, yeah.
You saw his emotional reaction to them losing the pistol round as it all slipped away and Davies made the play on the lurk and the flank. Crew are in the lead. And not just a slim lead, they are really starting to power up.
Necessary timeout for LEVIATAN. Because like you said, Josh, I mean, this is it. It's where you get the ball rolling and more. Just the bonus round converted by Crew. Sky's the limit at this point. You have a flourishing economy. 5k in the bank for multiple players on Crew as well. There's no danger of them running out of weaponry anytime soon. For Lev, they're knocked down to just a weaker buy again. Might be able to scrounge together the rifles, but both the coaches popping off on either side.
There's a lot to talk about here. Both teams are trying to feel out the way that the other is playing. And the rounds from Crew are often being run on audibles. I feel like that's a very dangerous thing for LEV to try to deal with. LEV are a team that likes set plans, protocols. And if crew get a feel for what the protocols are or where the trap play is, they can try and find those holes. The more they understand how LEV are playing, the better crew's calling should get. And especially for Melzer, who's played in this system before. A long time ago, admittedly. You know, all the way last year. But still, LEV haven't changed too much in that time period.
Isolate them and kill them.
It's Melzer who's got a fantastic read of the game. His calling has been setting him apart. Battle of the Minds versus playing it like King, but this time crew with all the guns. Disrespect being showcased as well. They take all of that control onto C now. Nags. Oh, he's at a slight angle, isn't he? Right here, Prowler's broken. Such a wide face still. It's the 1-for-1. Does cause some worries. Everybody watching towards that A main position, knowing that they've lost control of it.
One of the other major differences is that LEVIATAN are committing 2 players to defending C in situations where crew just left it to 1. It can weaken the other side of the map, but for now it seems like the correct play.
A 1-for-1 trade. I mean, the defenders are spread thin across the map here. Nade into the back. Shy. He's got to force himself out wide yet. Tucked close. 77. Health still. No way does he get to. Vulnerable tuck. It's impeccable. Just perfection. Weaving in and out and playing off of one another. Leaves it down to just Melzer. A lot of bullets. Paranoia does miss, but well, we're meeting the firing line. And my God, did LEVIATAN need that.
The biggest play, just when his team needed it the most. And it's all about evading the nade. That's a nade that's supposed to clear out the entirety of the backside and give the attacking team perfect confidence that they can get into this spot. And Shy evades it, tucks around the corner, and swings out exactly as the snake bites come through, and attention is pulled away.
Yeah.
Look what it means to him.
Let's brought him back in. It's 9-7, yeah, still the round deficit is there, but I mean, that was a round that they really had no right winning. The weaponry was not good.
And now you give yourself a little bit of a comfort, a safety net in terms of the economy. You know, there's still a couple of people really low, Taco, Shy, but there's a bit here to work with.
It's all to do.
Melzer is very aggressive in this spot compared to how you'd usually see him play, but not rewarded for that.
Free firing on the corners.
So crew have taken control of the whole of front B and C. But there's a very similar situation occurring when Mazzino is up towards rubble. Do crew have some kind of plan to deal with this Omen? Push him away. There are lineups you can use here for the snake bites, nano swarms, trailblazer. But Mazzino can always try to answer with a paranoia and a one-way. The Omen has many tools for this spot. Part of why it's so meta on this map.
Agza's got a lineup. I think there's a snake bite that's going to be landing on top of the pillar. Yeah, Mazzino's already backed away. Not sure where the snake bite ended up landing. Teleport in order. Got to get out of there. Does the bullets. And meanwhile, Davies keeps catching a look in with Melzer himself on top of it, on top of the box. Tackles there, realizes the squeeze is on. And the showstopper is a damage done. Certainly, the casualties flying back and forth. Kesner is still active and alive in the fight, but a spike is dropped out wide onto the open side here with 15 seconds left. They realize it's not winnable, got to give it up. And backing away, so
10 seconds left.
LEVIATAN once more earning themselves that breathing room, an extra lifeline, maybe a chance to drag it back even.
Crew with a clear plan of how they wanted to retake rubble control, and the plan worked. They were able to shove Mazzino away, but in the same time, they tried to overcomplicate things perhaps just a little. And they ran, I believe it was Davies and Melzer. Here they are, trying to run with the spike into B, assuming that the rest of LEVIATAN would be trying to help Mazzino maintain control over A. So they're thinking in their heads, all right, the defenders are trying to fight over rubble, we'll react into B, we'll be able to get a plant down. But in that kind of spot, King comes up huge.
Another fight to be taken. This is a skirmish. Any sort of util. Horn over the top. Orb to cut up that sight line. Control given up. Just of rubble. Crew happy to take it now and wait it out. Lev realizing that they too favored. Instead just backing up away from all of this. It's a one-way setup. Perfect timing. As the door starts to rotate now. And where's the pivot? Kesnit hunting for a head, hunting for a kill. Not given that sight line for any amount of time. Down to a minute on the clock here for KRU.
And Taco knocked down to, almost about half health. Davies has just been controlling that angle over towards C, and the rest of the team now coming back to return to him. If Nags picks up the orb at front B, he's going to have his pit online. But doesn't want to commit to that.
Here.
40 seconds in a round. Satchel's being used to
There is
pave
not
the
much
way,
time
clear it
here,
out.
Brent.
Yeah, it's getting precarious because, again, still have that util in the back pocket. Not really been doing enough to try and drag it all the way
30
out.
seconds
Yeah,
left.
LEVIATAN are committing King and Shy to these kind of spots. The two top fraggers for the team are locking down C.
Almost snake bites though, and down to that 20-second mark. Here it is. Do or die. Satchel combined with the flash. Cuts across the angle again. Nade towards the back. They have to take this fight now. And Shy, again, could be the difference maker. Him and King have just been fantastic in these spots. But again, it's Nozwa trying to shore it up. 10 seconds remaining. The plant will go down. Anything tonight is Taco. He has the nade, but already being stuck. Klaus avoiding, dodging, juking the bullets.
These players are low. Kesnit getting healed back up by Klaus may end up being super important. But Taco has to go for a play. Mazino is so far away, he can't afford to wait for the Omen. Taco's got to make something happen now. And the Trailblazer has
Timing.
timed it.
Yep. Shots
still looking
fired,
for it.
though. Yeah. Wasn't broken in the end. Taco's there. Flash over the top, not connecting too hard. No plays really falling for it. Mazino, he's low enough, and there's damage being done, certainly, but time now ticking. The spike putting that pressure. KRU, they find the 10th round.
This team is playing with the clock down to the wire.
Oh, yeah.
We saw many rounds like that come down on split, and almost none of them punished. And this is another version of that. There's 15 seconds left as they try to get into the site. And the whole of LEVIATAN flooding in to try to deny. And yet KRU end up finding the angles and the trades that they need to get a plant down and win that round in a 3v2. That one may have been the trickiest for the attacking squad, because now as Kesnit's just been farming orbs all around the map, he's about to have another showstopper online.
We know the impact of that.
Can LEVIATAN stop them from getting in position to execute? I mean, Shy can't use his lockdown here.
He's in a position to spam the wall. Here's the orb being picked up. It's the nanoswarm anyway, just defending his position. Still tucked close into tree. Trailblazer around the back. Now the showstopper orb, but he misses the movement. And King punishes right from the back. Still inside, stunned up Davies. Taking a fight to his adversary with Shy falling now. It should be the side cracks wide open. The pit. Free reign with it. Launched down. Shots just missing. Naxxas still alive, so the pit active once more. But it's LEV who are just really seeking to just lay claim to one section of the map already. They cut it up. Tree control is there, but the pit still remains active and still alive. Where's the util? Postplant's playing away from this one. It's always tricky. Naxxas falls. That is the crux of it. It's left up to Klaus, and I think he's already made noise. They already know where he is, waiting for it, dodging with the flash. Someone needs to tap this, and look at that from Mazino. Gliding across the ground, sets it up for his own team, if not himself.
How have LEVIATAN won that retake? Into the pit, spamming, being able to find incredibly important kills. They're coordinated. The Seas drops Melzer down to a fraction of his health. And Taco just sprays into the smoke to kill Davies. The coordination with how they put their aggression together is great. But also, KRU have got to be kicking themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, you're feeling it. Passion.
Both of these coaches know the slimmest of margins could well define which of their teams makes it to champions. And there are some rounds where you can't even control really what happens. And I feel like that was one of them. KRU don't really do much wrong there, but LEVIATAN are able to swarm back in and pull things within one round.
Yeah. I mean, the smallest of missteps. Think if the movement doesn't get ajar there when Kesnit's satcheling in with the showstopper, if he finds value of it, if he gets a kill early. King bringing him down might have just been the difference maker, despite the still overwhelming ult advantage. I mean, Lev's retake there was so damn good, and you can feel it. It's on a knife's edge, man. I mean, this is for champs, but not just champs as well. You got to think about it. It's the success story of your entire season as a team. Whether you qualify for these international events and actually make a deep run of things, that's what people are going to remember at the end of the day.
Yeah, people very rarely remember who came second place in LCQ.
Oh, silver means nothing in LCQ, man. You don't want to be aiming for that at all.
And so many of these players have experience in this kind of situation. I said last year, KRU won the South American LCQ and made it to champions off that. Also, on the other side of things, Noswa has always made it to champs via LCQ. Always. Every year. He doesn't want to see a streak like that end today.
It's more the economy taking a tumble here for KRU. Lev really should be set up for this one. Is this a pop flash play? They want to disrespect it. Taco from the high ground position. Melzer seeking to punish and capitalize, and he gets out with his life.
No Klaus alive, though, to be able to heal him up. And a 3v3 with guns dropped in places where the KRU players have no chance of being able to recover them.
Yeah. Not really a chance of it.
So still favored towards LEVIATAN. Taco's done enough here.
I can't believe Mazino here. I mean, this deep push out of A main, and you're up against the half buy.
Yeah, and also the angle that he's fighting on is kind of favored for Stingers.
It's risky, isn't it? Davies is there, though. Only the ghost in his hand to really try and challenge that.
Mazino is a very confident player, but we've seen him get punished a few times in this series, and he's looking like he's about to be punished.
Melzer, he capitalizes!
Those are the mistakes that are gonna cut you off at the knees.
And what a brutal one. Yeah, you've granted all that space, yeah, but you've handed over the rifle. And now, sightline set, grouped up once more. King has to try and do it. The spray down does not receive two. He's brought down with a trade. Plant. More time being bought into the round, but it leaves it once more to Shy. He has been a difference maker. The numbers he's putting up, nothing short of that spectacular moment, but he just opens himself up. He's not favored for it. And that's a backbreaker, Josh.
That's an enormous error from LEVIATAN, and Ona has no more timeouts. He was just gifted an opportunity to talk to the team by the fact that KRU wanted to take one. Taco gets a 2K there, and it's a great play by Melzer. That one, excellent. Trying to find the timing just as Taco used the nade. But you pointed it out immediately as soon as it happened. It's a massive overstep by Mazino. When do you ever see an Omen playing in that kind of position either? The jump spot just doesn't... It doesn't clear enough. You just expose yourself. These are the small mistakes that happen when there's everything on the line. And King's popped his Viper's Pit at the very start of this round, based off a bit of noise happening over towards Rubble.
Very early.
This is a really heavy A setup right now. Look at the alarm bot here too. You know, even if King has people walk inside of his ultimate, they're not going to be able to get through uncontested. So King can play very safe inside of this and still help over towards B. Oh. It's C, where Mazino is, that's weak. And Mazino cannot afford to fall here again.
No, he's a lone player to hold back all of it. The onslaught that might just be coming in his direction. Cross mound. KRU are hungry. Drawing him away. It's spam. Bullets raining through the angles. No damage done.
Nobody stayed over towards A. So it's going to be a little more difficult to return in that direction. Davies can pop his lockdown, though, and they'll have access to the B site. It is going to be tough to deal with King inside the pit, though.
All picked up. Klaus.
Big ultimates to work with.
Got it online. They're going to aim to try and fake this. They just handed the spike over to Melzer. He has his ult. 25 seconds left. It's the goal to draw rotations. Damage being done. It's the rifles. Being them down into the angles, a lockdown on top of it. They want to try and put it maybe into C. There's no time, 15 seconds. Got to get a move on, but it's being watched for. The lockdown will push them back. You have to respect this one, King. Not getting to Taint, giving it away. 7 seconds remaining, has to be the plan, and he will commit to it. Now the ult. Committed to get themselves onto the site. They've granted it, but they don't have any of the extremities. Shy pushed up, lockdown into the smoke. Timing is everything, and he's got the knife out. Not enough, though. King defends it. The lockdown's still alive. And it just, I mean, it's going to be pushing them all the way, and all the way back. King. Such a play to make in a moment. Might have just done it. Down and out, Kesnet aims to take the one, but King, my God, man. How much can one leader do?
He's been there as a rock every time LEVIATAN need him. Pulling his team through with his individual play. Sure, there's been sloppiness in terms of the decision-making and some of the calls at times. But when he's asked to deliver, he's been there to step up. And he trades perfectly here. And this defense of the lockdown, that's really what wins them the round, I think, too. So many ults used in that. Crew are now poor. Only Kesnit close to his showstopper with a hero rifle on himself and Melza. Is this opportunity to go to champions going to slip away from Crew? They're 2 rounds away, but this one looks difficult. Surely we're set up for an 11-11 game.
You gotta think. Mazzino.
Shadows traveling.
Smoke committed there to the front section of B.
Mazzino wants to get
down.
Yeah. I mean, my eyes are now drawn to Kesnit.
Oh. What is that off?
Who knows? Feeling.
Yeah, damage done though, but it healed. Used to bring him back up. Still, not enough to deal with that alarm bot. Now they're going to be walking right into Mazzino. Breaking a Trailblazer is good. Moves a key piece of util. Not going to have that one to clear through. Paranoia on top. Kesnit wants to try and face wider. Here's a showstopper. At work, in play, Mazzino. Out wide in the open.
Caught again on the anti-eco. They can't afford to be playing 4v5s in these kind of spots.
Mistakes like that will cost you. Taco. Stalwart. The defender. Nightfall. This is to try and supplement and help him out again. That supportive ult. Scatters his way across, but it's sidestepped by Crew. They want to set the sights again over towards B. There is util here. Melza pressing forwards. Alarmbot spots it. Ow, Bashai! Just didn't know where to aim. They are falling and they are crumbling. This is a round the Crew really shouldn't have won, but now the spike planted. The positioning is good of the players. They have a massive advantage here. And Taco and King, if you fall into your old ways and save, it looks like the decision is made for them. No money in the bank.
And LEVIATAN in a 2v5 forced to make a terrible decision here. To the jeers of the crowd as Crew get up to match point, to tournament point. 1 round away from champions.
My ult's ready.
And they've managed to do it here on this map by winning 2 thrifties, both of which feature Mazzino being the first, or not first, but a large error. The Crew were able to capitalize on. Caught out playing too aggressively over towards A.
Yeah.
Not respecting the showstopper enough in this round. Trying to fake the teleport away, hoping Kesnit would fire it off into the distance.
Match point.
Lev need 2 in a row. Here's the play that made all the difference. Kesnit's showstopper and those 2 hero rifles, one on Nagzet.
Precise.
Singing sweetly.
And now, there are no more second chances. There's no breathing room, no buffer at all. Like you said, Josh, it's that 12th round for Crew. It's map point, match point, tournament point.
And look at where they're going. I mean, Crew are set up to go for some kind of A here.
Oh, they're pushing out of B.
There's nowhere home for
Complete
LEVIATAN.
push all the way out. Taco. It's a showstopper offloaded. Shy. He does collect. It's corralled. Davies had nowhere to run for that one, but he's going to be calling that one out, surely. All that pressure was going their way, and Crew not wasting time with this one. Spike. Starting to get planted, but already space being granted to them as well.
And a 4v5 postman. Who does this favor?
Yeah, Lev have surrounded them. They didn't actually give up too much map control here. Pings abound. All comes down to these individual duels. Is Class really going to make a go of this one here with the rifle? Anything to clear into the corner. A nade. Prowler, it expires. Or at least broken in the middle of it. Satchel. Now on top, time running short. This is it. This is for everything. Klaus, he finds one. Tree fight taken. Melza, not enough damage to really bring them down, but everybody falling is left up to King. But he will go down. Crew pulling off the miracle. And that's the usurpers coming for the crown.
The team that started this year 0-10 throughout Lock-In and VCT Americas. 5-0 clean in LCQ. They had no second chances at the start of this tournament. They hadn't earned them. They didn't deserve them. And yet this run has changed the way that everybody is going to look at this team's year. They've redefined, rewritten the history books. Success, it evaded them. Every twist and turn, every close map,